Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for What You Don't See Coming. We're doing a bonus reading, and you have this tall tale card and this Rose's Kiss card. So let's see. The tall tale card can represent like a lie or, obviously, or a person who is a liar. So I would be careful of, any tall tales that you feel like people are saying to you. And here's the thing. It's like, I feel that we really do know when someone is lying to us. Like, I feel we do, Like sometimes maybe we think we're being delusional or we give people a pass when they lie to us, but it's like if the first thought in your head is, this person is not telling me the truth, then I would definitely trust your intuition here with this energy. This reading is almost giving me the vibes of like that it's almost saying like you don't need to repeat something or you don't need to do something again. So I would be careful of past people, and I'm not even just talking about love. This could be like a boss, a friend, a family member or whatever it is. I would be careful of that. You have that Rose's Kiss card as well. That card says you have a skill that makes you special. I feel like in your last couple readings we've been talking about you like upgrading a skill, or you using one of your skills to become more successful. You have the Seven of Wands as your current general energies, or how you're entering into the reading. The Seven of Wands is conviction. It is a card of conviction. It says when you know that something is for you, then it's going to be for you. When you believe something deep down in your DNA, that's when you will truly manifest what or create whatever you're trying to create. So this is all about belief and really needing to believe in yourself. The funny thing is I feel we are in a time of belief where we really have to believe in ourselves. We have Neptune in Pisces, and we have had Neptune in Pisces. Neptune will be moving into Aries, but it's going to retrograde back into Pisces as well. And one thing I will say about Neptune in Pisces, I think the hardest thing about it is like normally we can sense when we are, it's like we see these milestones. If we set out to accomplish a goal, it's like we get, some sort of feedback from the universe that we're getting closer. With Neptune in Pisces, I feel like those milestones are very, very far apart. It's almost like our intuition is missing, although most people would consider Neptune in Pisces to be very intuitive. It's almost like we're missing that intuition, or that feeling that we're moving in the right direction. It's almost like the universe is trying to get people to really believe in themselves. So I think we're in a time of belief. Your crossing energy is the Tower, and you have the Tower with the Judgment card, which I personally consider to be the most powerful combination in the tarot. In the tarot, it represents like a major revelation or a major wake-up call. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. And so I feel that you are looking for answers, is what this is saying. It's almost like, these two cards together really represent like a light bulb moment to me, or having some sort of aha moment in your life. And so it's almost like you are waiting for that inspiration before you get started on something that you're going to commit to with the Seven of Wands. And, I don't mean this in a bad way, Aries, what I'm about to say, so let me just get that out. But it's almost like that inspiration isn't coming. Again, I feel like the universe is saying, are you going to get started on something that you think is right for you? It feels like it could be like a project or a business, or maybe you want to move with the World card or a new direction in your life. And it's almost like the universe is saying, I'm not going to tell you that this is the right thing for you. I want to see if you are going to trust yourself and listen to what you already know, right? And so I feel like tapping into your feelings and really listening to yourself is going to be a good thing here. You have the World. This is coming up in the area of your mind, or what's on your mind in this area of the reading. And the World is an accomplishment or an achievement. So a lot of you could be thinking about things that you want to accomplish at this time. The World, to me, this lady here in the middle is a sorceress, and she is able to create her own world. She is literally able to create her own reality. She has these two wands. One wand is like the magician's wand. The other wand is her using actions to create her own reality. So she mixes the two energies together. So it's like you have the ability to really create your own reality at this time. But it's coming up in your thoughts. So it's like you're thinking about creating a new reality, and I feel like you need to get started. I definitely feel moving over the next few years for you, Aries. We've definitely talked about it before. It would not surprise me if a lot of you are moving. And again, you don't have to move if you don't want to, but if you do, then very good. Next, in the area of your foundation, you have the Eight of Wands. I really like the Eight of Wands in the foundation position. Eight of Wands is about pointing in one direction, which seems to be very important at this time. A lot of the readings have been talking about focus very recently, and I feel the direction we focus in is like critically important right now. We can't be pulling in two directions. It's like you can't say, I want this business to be successful, but then also be talking about how you're never successful, right? That is pulling in two directions. Eight of Wands, we really have to pay attention to the direction that we are pointing in, meaning what direction is your energy going? And as long as you clean that up and make sure that, for the most part, again, I don't think we have to be perfect. I always say, I think that, people always ask me like, why are some people who are very successful, jerks, or why do they seem miserable? It's like, well, what you don't know is like, maybe they are just like 51% to the right side of things. They might be 49%, a jerk, but if they are that 1% extra in the right direction, that might be enough. So I don't think we have to be perfect. I think as long as we are just like 1% more focusing in the right direction, then we are moving in the right direction, right? And that's what I would focus on here. The other thing about the Eight of Wands is, to me, it's a card of creating a slip and slide in life. And it is popping into my head with the Eight of Wands. It's really important that we look at places of life where we are experiencing friction, and we need to smooth those things out. We either need to eliminate those things or we need to do what we can to make this situation to improve it, right? And that's what I would do with the Eight of Wands. Next, in the area of your past, you have this Bear Tree card. It says, don't waste your energy or efforts on something that is clearly not bearing fruit. I feel like, it's coming up in the past, so this is a good thing. You have this koi fish spirit. It says you're manifesting more love, prosperity, and wealth into your life. I almost sneezed, never mind. But I do feel like you are manifesting more things, more good things, by getting rid of the bad things with that energy. You have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is you kind of waking up to your purpose, and this is coming up in the past. So you are clearly, I feel like you are leaving something in the past. I always say with this card that these people are standing in these coffins. The coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life, and they need to step into their new life. That's the whole point of the Judgment card. But it's coming up in the energy of what you're moving past. So it's almost like you are moving past your old life, and you're just stepping into your new life, which is probably a good thing. With that Judgment card, like I said with the Tower, definitely those two together represent a major revelation, a major wake-up call, something like that. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this Flexibility card and this Delight card. So I feel that you need to be flexible like everybody else right now. All the readings pretty much say that we need to be flexible. The Delight card is about like enjoying life, doing more things that you enjoy doing, more things that bring you fulfillment, happiness, peace, all that good stuff. And that's definitely what I would do with that Delight card. You have the Page of Swords also in the area of your very near future. Page of Swords is a card of curiosity, and it's kind of like a card of looking into things that you are curious about, or looking into things that interest you or stand out to you. And that's definitely what I would do with the Page of Swords is, tap into your curiosity, or to become more curious about things that are interesting to you. It's like about becoming more playful with life. That's what's popping into my head for you, Aries. He is kind of the card of the child, and I feel that you need to be more childlike, as in like asking more questions, being more curious, and also not taking things too seriously. And it's like, if you're starting something, there's a difference between like being serious and not taking things too seriously, right? It's like, sometimes I say that, and I feel like people are like, so I shouldn't, take my business seriously. And no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if anytime something goes wrong in your business, you have a mental breakdown for a month, then you're taking things too seriously, right? I think that we should be making smaller investments into little actions, in love, business, money, spirituality, everything. And we should just see how it goes instead of saying like, I need this thing to go this direction and it has to work this exact way, right? That is taking things too seriously. Entering into things without attachment, it's like practicing non-attachment. Maybe that's a better way to put it. But I think if you could just say, I'm just going to see how this goes. If it works, great, I'll keep going. If it doesn't work, great, I'll move on to the next thing. I think having that attitude with the Page of Swords, that's what's popping into my head. So there you go. Next, in your outcome row, you have 3 cards. You have the Schedule card. It says most forms of prosperity require time and effort to manifest. Do you have room in your schedule for abundance you are waiting to attract? I don't know, do you? You have this Training card. It says you still have some new skills to acquire before you can really advance to the next stage of your career.
Sure.
You have this impatience card. It says it takes time to build an empire. Your desire for instant results can hinder your ability to make good decisions. What did I just say? I said if you say that you need something to go this way and only that way, you're going to be stuck. So I think a more playful, lighthearted, carefree approach, not coming at things from a place of attachment or really practicing non-attachment is what these cards are saying. In the area of the next few months, you have the Ten of Wands. I feel this is good for you, Aries. I feel that you are going to be working hard. I like the Ten of Wands personally. It's like, yeah, he's burdened, but the story of the card is that he planted those 10 wands. Those 10 wands represent his harvest, and he is about to reach his home in the background here. And he's about to release those burdens. So I feel for a lot of you, really, you're kind of like becoming unburdened. I feel like you are releasing burdens and letting go of burdens, and obviously that is a good thing. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Five of Pentacles. I do feel, not really a love reading, but I do feel there could be love coming in for you in the near future. I'm pretty sure in your most recent reading you had a lot of love in the reading. I do feel like you're attracting someone very similar, or like it's like you're attracting a person who has been through something very similar to you. So if you've been hurt, you could be attracting a person who has had similar hurts or similar issues. It just seems to me like you're attracting someone who's very similar to you. And, the Five of Pentacles would say make sure to heal. The Five of Pentacles also says don't call attention to your weaknesses. And so this area of the reading represents all of your connections, every person you're connected to, and this card would say, again, focus on your strengths with people, not on your weaknesses, basically. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Hierophant. I feel like you're feeling blessed, really. He is blessing with his hand here. Sorry, my hand's not working right here. He's blessing these two people in front of him, and so a lot of you could be feeling blessed. You have this training card that says you still have some new skills to acquire before you can advance to the next stage of your career. So if you're trying to grow your business or your career, the Hierophant is an amazing card for education or learning new things. So again, a lot of you could be learning new things as well, which could be making you more successful. You have this Hangman card. This is your outcome. The Hangman is a card of enlightenment. Now you had the Judgment card in the Tower, and I was saying that it's almost like you're waiting for an answer. I feel like you're going and getting the answer. The Hanged Man, he has put himself on pause, but he has gained the answers that he's looking for. His head is glowing on this card. So it's almost like this reading is saying you're finally getting the answer you've been waiting for, but you are the one that is getting the answer. It's not like this reading is saying the universe is giving you an answer. I feel like you are discovering something, if that makes sense here. It's like it could be an answer about anything. So whatever you've been waiting to find the answer to, it's like you're discovering the answer. So there you go. With the Seven of Wands in the Tower, you have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands can represent conflict and competition. Again, I would be very careful of past people who cause conflict. All fire signs lately have been getting these readings of, really needing to be kind of careful of the people you allow into your life, especially if they're people who cause conflict or issues or problems or challenges. I think for Aries, it's the wet blankets that you need to be careful of, the people who kind of like try to smother your fire, right? That's what I would be careful of at this time. With the World, you have the Tower. I am a little bit nervous right now, so yes, I feel like there could be global Tower moments. I think that we will see many in the coming period. The other day I did a live reading and I said that I was never going to get on a plane during that time, and literally that day we had that first plane crash, and now there have been many since I said that. So I don't know. I can't say much on YouTube because YouTube is run by 3-year-olds, right? But what I would say is just keep your head on straight, pay attention and things like that, but also don't let it get you down either. I don't think that's very helpful. And, if there are global Tower moments happening at this time, so there you go. The World and the Tower can just be a move as well. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is about resourcefulness. I feel the more focused you are with that Eight of Wands, really the better your life is going to be. And the Queen of Pentacles would also be looking at areas of your life where you're like spending lots of money and, maybe smoothing those things out as well, like getting more serious about your finances, getting more serious about making more money. Could be any of that, but if you focus on it, you'll make it happen with the Eight of Wands. With the Judgment card, you have the Nine of Wands. I feel like you're opening back up here. I would be careful of a past person with that Five of Wands, Nine of Wands, Judgment card, Tower. Judgment literally can represent a past person coming back. We have, North Node in Pisces, Venus will be retrograding in Pisces. That is a bad combination for exes coming back. And right at the end of the Venus retrograde, we also have Mercury going retrograde as well. So, I would definitely put up boundaries, things like that. With the Page of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups. With the Page of Swords, you have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is about focusing on your own happiness and joy. These people, it is a card of happy home, happy family. It is good for love. I feel mostly new love would be good for you. But the Ten of Cups, these people are choosing to be happy. Those 10 cups exist above their heads, and they are celebrating, but they're in the real world. They are still dealing with real-world issues, problems, challenges, things like that. And, those 10 cups say they are bringing happiness down to earth. So I would definitely focus on doing things that make you happy. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Page of Cups. See, I feel like this is worth it. Like this is, if you are attracting love, I feel this could be a person where, maybe it has been a lot of work for you to get to this person. I'm not saying this person is a lot of work. I'm saying that, maybe you've had to do a lot of personal development or a lot of healing or a lot of growing. And, the Ten of Wands would say you're coming to the end of a long journey, and you are discovering something really great. So, again, I think this is worth the work right here with the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups could also be you working on a dream. Every single reading I do for you over the past long period has been about, your bigger vision for your life. World card. You are trying to create your own world or your own reality, and that would be very good. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Devil. I would be careful of a past person here. This person, here's the problem. Here's the problem that I'm going to tell you, Aries, is the energy is very sexy right now. Our sex drives could be, through the roof right now because of the energy. There's a lot of things going on that could make that happen. And what you need to do is tell yourself no, right? So I don't care what that person looks like naked. I don't care if they know all the right spots, all the right moves. I don't care if they can, do backflips during the act. I don't care, right? I would be very careful because it's probably going to be a mistake. So it's like you need to find another outlet for that energy, and I don't care what it is. With the Hierophant, you have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking. You're definitely discovering something new. If you've been looking for answers or trying to figure out how to get the outcome you desire in life, then the Two of Swords really says that, she needs to look behind her. She needs to go to this new island. That new island represents a third place. I always say Two of Swords is my card of third place solutions, or finding another way of doing things. And I feel like you are discovering this with this energy. With the Hanged Man, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Yep, change in direction. I feel like you're discovering what is worth it in life. The Seven of Pentacles, he's looking at those 7 pentacles, and he's saying, is the juice worth the squeeze? Like, is it worth it for me to keep investing in what I've been investing in? Or is there a new direction that I could move in? He is taking his knowledge and wisdom and applying it to something new, which definitely would be a good idea for you. Can't make this up. You have this chair fill card. It says someone new is entering your life. Yes, I feel like some of you have had your eye on this person for a while because you have the Page of Swords, which would tell me that maybe you've been looking at a person or wondering about a person. But really good. Looks really good. You have this card about stepping into new experiences. So, really the year doesn't energetically start until later on as far as I'm concerned. We have all these retrogrades. We started the year with a bunch of retrogrades, and there are still overlapping retrograde energies. So it's like, things don't really get rolling until later on. And even at that point, we'll still have Mercury retrograde energy. And so it's like there is a period when things really start to pick up. So, it makes sense that you could be really getting things moving around that time. Now, that does not mean that you're not doing anything between now and then, right? You have this bat. It says, take care. Hidden enemies working against you. Like I said, Judgment, whatever that other card is that I can't see, Tower of course, and the Devil. I would mostly be careful of people who are like a wet blanket. Like I said with the Five of Wands, I feel this energy of people who are trying to keep you down, so that's what I would avoid at this time. You have this elephant. It says, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Yes, definitely could be travel here. Tower in the world again. The tower does not have to be a bad card. It can just say you're entering into new experiences. With the world, it can say you are traveling or moving. So there you go. You have this heart card. It says, love, deep affection, and caring. Definitely could be new love or a new connection coming in here, but this looks really, really good, Aries. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your time ahead.